That'd be great. Thank
There
you.
you go. So, wait.
That's all right.
Did you all get, I sent those to you late last night. There's your agenda. Oh, here, I actually have some stapled here. Okay.
All right, it is 9:01. We will call our meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Bobbitt.
Here.
Wrong.
Here.
Hess.
Here.
We do have a quorum. Let's bow our head in prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, as we gather here today, let us be mindful of the job before us, dear Lord, that we will open our hearts, still them, and listen to you, dear Lord, as we begin to work on the county's business. I thank you for the many blessings you have bestowed upon us from the wonderful rains, dear Lord, that has parched for our parched earth, dear Lord, that it'll be very fertile, and we will be able to give back to you, dear Lord, that we can give back not only in our hearts and souls, dear Lord, but in our goods as well. We dedicate everything that we do to you. We hope that you find it pleasing in all we say and do. We ask that you be with our president, our senators, our congressmen, and all of our leaders, dear Lord, down to each and every one of us in here today serving you, dear Lord, in our capacities as officials. Again, I thank you for the many blessings. I ask this all in thy precious name. Amen.
Amen.
Patrick, would you lead us in the salute to the flag?
Salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I acknowledge that the agenda was properly posted in accordance to the Open Meeting Act.
Consider our minutes from
You
June
all want to open your
25th.
meetings?
I'll make a motion.
Second by Broadbender at 9:03. Roll call Lamb.
Aye.
Jones.
Aye.
Broadbender. And quorum is acknowledged. I acknowledge that the agenda was properly posted in accordance to the Open Meeting Act. Here's the other minutes too.
I move to approve the minutes from June 25th regular meeting and June 27th special meeting.
I'll second that motion.
Ronk moved, Hess seconded to approve the regular minutes from June 25th and the special meeting from June 27th. All in favor?
Bobbitt.
Aye.
Ronk.
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes. Motion carried unanimously. Comments from the public on the below agenda items? None. Transfers?
I make a motion that we review transfers of appropriations.
Hold on just a second. I can't remember.
I'll second if there is any.
Make sure.
Closing your books out, you probably didn't. Because
No,
we did
something
that.
we did.
We did
We
that
didn't
on-
have any transfers, did we?
Not that I know of.
Okay, all right, thank you. Didn't think so, but
About review of POs and travel.
I make that motion to review.
Second.
Hess moved, Ronk seconded to review payment of purchase orders and travel claims. All in favor?
Bobbitt.
Aye.
Ronk.
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes. Motion carried unanimously.
As far as you all, I do have transfers for you guys to look at.
You know
The
what?
excise
We
board.
really,
I wonder if we
really
had
need to
another.
move down to item D. If we could have a motion to
Yes.
into
I
that.
Okay.
move that we move to item D and go to monthly appropriations.
I'll second that.
Ronk moved, Hess seconds to move from item B to item D and to approve monthly appropriations, or just to review them? Just to review them?
Yeah.
Just and to review monthly appropriations. All in favor?
Bobbitt.
Aye.
Ronk.
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes. Motion carried unanimously.
kicked their meeting off yet, have they?
Yes, they have.
Oh, they have? Okay.
There's transfers.
Need to initial these.
Yes.
You initial by the
Like,
hands.
yeah, please. Oh, I guess we,
Initial.
and we missed the minutes, I'm sorry.
I
guess that's what we're really-
This sentence right here. Usually should be, this would have raised the value higher than that
Oh.
currently.
Well, that would have made the,
Calculated or
if it would have been the 90 to 100%, they would have been paying more
more
taxes.
than that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's, yeah.
Does that not,
Well,
I can change it, so
This
word it
would-
how you want it, and I'll go in and
Okay.
change it real quick, okay?
this would have raised the value
Yeah.
higher.
That was a Saturday or a Sunday, I
Yeah.
gotta get this done,
I understand.
and trying to and so I went back and I listened to the meeting.
Didn't make sense. This would have raised the value higher than that currently calculated.
Oh, sure, yeah, yep, that'll be easy fix. Okay, while y'all are doing that, I'll have Mindy come in. Hi, can you come in for a minute? Okay, thank you. There's some minutes they're on what they stick down from we haven't done purchase order, this is the done and then the appropriation. Okay.
So we're playing chase the papers around the table.
Yeah, that's the papers.
We're really good at it.
You got Bonnie down?
Yeah. He's gonna be here to pick up the invoices and stuff for the sign.
He just picked his head out of it.
Did he?
Yeah. Actually make $24 more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They seem to be spinning well lately. We got 4/10 of rain this morning.
This morning?
Can you believe
Is
that?
that right?
The Manchester
Raining like crazy at 5:30 this
Wow.
morning. Yes.
I went to work up there this morning
I know.
by Sandy Corner.
I seen your wife headed north when I
Yeah.
was going to work. We got down there south of J.C. Fice, there wasn't any rain.
See, we had 2 tents over the whole weekend, you know,
Wow.
up there.
I was shocked. This morning I went outside and
Where'd
where
it
did the
come
water
from,
come
huh?
from? Yeah.
Good grief.
Thanks
Yep.
for rubbing that in our face.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to rub it in. I just.
Well, you guys still playing makeup for the back in the spring.
Yes, we are.
Well, that's right.
Oh, I was just putting the dates on them for her. Save her that much time. didn't sign these, but I did put the dates on
Oh, well,
most
that's
of them.
fine. You could.
Oh, there's a lot of
Either
writing
way.
on that one. Let's see, I hand that
Pass that
over
right
to
on. I noticed you. Slipped her right by, didn't you?
They're all right
Pleasure,
here.
Chairman.
All right there. Thank you.
Will that work?
Sounds good to me.
Here's the other minutes. I didn't know if you wanted a copy of them. So on the excise board, do we have a motion to approve the minutes as corrected?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion from Broadbender, a second from Jones to approve the minutes of the regular meeting of June 4th as presented and the special meeting of the Equalization Board on June 14th as corrected. All in favor, Lamb,
Aye.
Jones,
Aye.
Broadbender.
Aye.
Motion carried.
We need a motion to approve the monthly appropriations.
I so moved. Second.
Hess moved, wrong seconds to approve the monthly appropriations as presented. All in favor?
Bobbit.
Aye.
Wrong.
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes, motion carried unanimously. We need a motion to move down to item F and do the resolution 2018 50% money movement from our budget to the county.
So moved.
Second.
Ronk moved, has seconded to move from item D to item F and to approve resolution 2018-67, 50% money movement from fiscal year 2017-2018 to fiscal year 2018-2019 on the budget to the council. All in favor?
Bobbit.
Aye.
Wrong.
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes, motion carried unanimously.
That's the 100%. I've got the 50%. Hold on just a second. Hold them right together. That's a resolution. Okay, make sure I have the correct years in there, if you would,
Yes.
please.
That's right. Oh, let's see.
Excise Board, do you want to acknowledge that you have reviewed and approved the transfer of appropriations?
I
And the-
acknowledge. I'll make a motion.
We have a second. All in favor, let's see, Lamb
Aye.
moved, Jones seconded to acknowledge the transfers and the corrections. All in favor, Lamb, Jones,
Aye.
Broadbender.
Aye.
We need a motion to approve resolution 2018-66, 100% money movement
thank you.
for fiscal year 17-18 to fiscal year 18-19 of cash accounts.
I make that motion.
Hess moves, Ronk seconds, to approve resolution 2018-66, 100% money movement FY 17-18 to FY 18-19 cash accounts. All in favor?
Bobbit.
Aye.
Wrong.
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes, motion carried unanimously.
Okay, we still did we, let's see, monthly appropriations, do we have a motion from the excise board to, do
Move to approve.
we have a second?
Second.
Broadbender moves, Lamb seconds to approve the monthly appropriations for June 2018. All in favor, Lamb?
Aye.
Jones?
Aye.
Broadbender?
Aye.
Motion carried. Okay, right, yeah, okay. We need a motion to approve the 2018 resolution 2018-67, 50% money movement from fiscal year 17-18 to fiscal year 18-19 for budgeted accounts.
Motion.
Second.
Lamb moves, Jones seconds to approve the 50% movement resolution. All in favor, Lamb?
Aye.
Jones?
We're
Broadbender?
doing the, no, we're doing the 50% one. It's, the money movement, which is,
Acknowledge the
You're signing
resolution, or
50%.
approve
yeah, but I'm trying to find
resolution
it on the,
2018-66, 100%
Yes,
movement.
that was the
Wait a minute.
Need a motion on that?
Yes.
So moved.
We got a motion to, we got it on here to do the resolution, but not to.
Last year, we didn't acknowledge the 100% movement. Is that what you're asking about the?
Well,
This is the 50.
we have to
Do you
sign
have-
these, we have to sign these movements. I think we can do that. I think that's part of F, the resolution and the actual money movement.
Well, yeah, we
Yeah.
moved
Yeah.
to do it, so we can
Yeah, I
sign
think
it.
H is a
I
redundancy
think-
of G.
Okay, so like I don't need to
Yeah.
be doing it that way,
So,
right?
yeah,
Okay.
because
Yeah.
it would be the resolution and the form.
Monthly
the
appro-
308s,
yeah, okay.
So that was,
Yeah.
these are the ones we're signing.
Yeah.
Look at that screen.
I know, I was just noticing.
Oh, one's the recording, one's the recorded.
Johnny, quit messing with the cord.
I didn't even see I didn't even see Donnie till I looked up on the screen.
You need the minutes signed.
Yes,
I have a
please,
clear
yes.
target to shoot at.
Here's a copy if you want to keep that copy.
I figured you'd be wearing that Grant County cap from now on, the way it
what?
saved you. Yeah, Max was telling us the other day about your.
Andretti.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes, it did.
You guys are want to look at these. These are the temporary appropriations that are up next, so you guys will want to look at those. The schools have requested temporary appropriations.
Oh, those are the, yeah.
Next items
You
down.
need the June 4th one signed too.
Yes.
I just
Swipe
hope
mark.
and pray I'm that lucky.
Yeah.
Okay, they're in triplicate.
So you need to sign off, yeah, because one goes back to them and one goes to me and one I think goes to the budget maker or something, I don't know.
82 and
I don't know where the person goes.
55.
Oh, to the Board of Education, that makes sense.
Maybe we better.
This has been over.
Oh, okay,
I'm
yeah.
gonna way back.
Excuse me.
And the deputy said, "Mr. Hurry, that's the one. Trying to get back to get some money back." He runs my license and everything. He said, "Well, where's your office at?" And I said, "Concrete." So he runs my license and he comes up to me. After he gets that done, hands me my driver's license back and he said, "Just want you to know I'm sorry." I wanted to say, well, don't have
Yeah. You don't know what to say, do you?
Yeah. But when he apologized to me, I thought that's kind of weird.
Cindy, that one.
Hi, there's one here that is not balancing on the monthly appropriation. Do you want to come get it or have anything here? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Alex. Like doing a puzzle, isn't it? You can track it all.
You get a date figured out for that?
No, that's what I need to find out from you all before, because I emailed the guy back again this morning. Does the 11th want to work?
Not for me.
Not for you, I know.
Oh, it won't be.
Not for you
We're
either.
gonna be gone.
Okay, what day, when will you all be back?
It won't work for that week.
Right.
July, I
Okay.
won't be back until the July. I can't read the date on it. July's we'll be back Tuesday, third week.
Third week of Tuesday,
24th?
17th.
No, third week.
Third week of July is the 17th, of Tuesday the 17th.
Yeah, so the 18th after.
Okay, what's your calendar like after the 18th? Okay,
For the, yeah.
do you want to
July.
schedule the 18th?
Let's see.
Let me check with Anita.
They can make the 19th
Yeah, better make it the night.
19th would be better on Wednesday.
and Thursday.
Yeah, they'll be on a Thursday.
Oh, that'd be, oh, yeah.
They're not gonna transfer anything. They're not gonna.
No, they don't get any. Hello, can you come over? We have an appropriation that needs to be filled in at the bottom. Can you run and get it for me, please? Thank you, bye-bye.
And
What
so
time we're gonna do that?
this one, we've approved 50% movement, so we can't move it.
Yeah.
So that's got to go back. I mean, we'd have to go back and do a separate deal.
So, oh, I got you.
Yeah, I don't know why that is that way, but it's 50%.
This one didn't have them on there, and then this one, I guess we need to redo that, or we need to have pennies.
change?
Yeah, well, Alex will have to change that too, so she's saying that's 50. On this one here, she put it as the 100%.
Here, this one's the same thing.
Last year, we did move 100%. Was it because we hadn't had a budget for a long time or something and we were waiting? What was the deal on that? 'Cause we did move 100% last year of that budget.
We might have done that, but we can't because it's not on our agenda to do that. It's on our agenda for 50%, so we can't move 100%.
Okay, well, there is an option. I put an option on the top. So
But
which
if
one
we'd
do you
have
want?
put it on our agenda for the, pull those two out with 100% on our agenda says 50%, so we have to go by what our agenda says. We can't move 100% because it specifically says 50% movement on
Okay,
those.
so
But
do you want, at the bottom, do you want the 11,759,
we want that 50%, whatever that is.
which is right here?
Yeah, that's
And
it.
then she's saying the same on
Same
that
on
one
that
there.
Okay, so all you have to do then is this.
Mark
I
the
will
100,
initial it.
Okay.
mark the front
Oh, yeah.
and initial it.
And then I'll just change this. If you'll have her fill that one out, and we'll
Okay.
get these two fixed here.
Okay.
So we did it from last year. So
Okay,
I don't know
sure.
how you got that.
Thank you.
What time we gonna do the meeting on the 18th?
You all tell me. And I need to double
9
check
o'clock.
with Anita, make sure. that
It's what,
for her.
probably when they could make it.
There's two of them
No.
there. It's just not, it's just one. And Cindy, now I remember why
See
we
that?
had the knowledge that 100% movement, because we had a
Yeah, that's
paper
right,
that
like,
actually
yeah.
gave us all those
if
numbers
they
that
have
were.
Oh, do you want them that way?
If you've
Mhm.
got it,
It might be
we would
hard
look
to
at it.
Okay, so
Okay.
not that.
Okay,
That
this
is
one
right there
hasn't been
today.
created yet, so there's no
That
money
about
in there.
Oh,
Yes, I think
That's
that's
really
right.
mine
yes,
is
that's
filled
just-
out.
It just shows you what the 100% movement,
Yes.
yes, that would
Put
be
it
it.
under the door to Alex.
Oh, sorry, thank you.
Okay.
That'd be
sorry,
great.
I smashed a mosquito. It
Oh,
was all
thank
gross.
goodness. Good, glad it didn't get me.
Yeah.
Okay, is that all you need me
Okay,
for
well,
then?
look, stay here and I can go and get the account number.
All right.
Okay, oh, let's see. Let me
And
fix
Penny
this.
has a copy of the 100% movement, so if we just get that.
Oh,
we can-
I have that, I think. I do.
We got here this morning and double checked with Bill. We want to make sure this didn't go wrong. So,
Oh, okay, so you wanna wait?
no, we did this.
You did? Oh, okay, okay. I have it here. Oh, it's right down there on the floor.
So that is the one we acknowledge, because
Okay.
those we actually have paperwork. That, we made the resolution, but we need the paperwork to go with it.
This part or?
Well, yeah, she had on a spreadsheet, which makes it either one of them.
Okay, maybe I'll just see if she'll find it out.
We can do this and then scan it. and email it
Okay,
to us.
okay. So this one should be. Here's those two, and I'll go fix this.
Max was gonna hand me that folder on it, so we're going to see it.
You don't have a stapler.
Yes, we can start on that. You want a stapler?
Here, we got some paper clips.
Yeah,
Thank you,
there's a
Jenny.
stapler too.
Oh, there's a paper.
Oh, okay, how about that?
We got all your office supply needs here.
We do.
Yes,
Here in Staples.
we're better than staples. With staplers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So,
Yeah, it was, like, when things were getting stored, we wanted to offer a reward. Remember that? Cindy?
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's set by statute. Oklahoma statute said set up, we can put so much money in there.
So we did last year for the budget, and it's for our budget. So if you got your budgets,
We didn't use any of it, so you just.
yeah, we
moved that.
use it,
Yeah.
we forward it, but
And it's in a general fund.
no. It's well, it's in the general fund, but I mean,
It's a sub-account.
it's a fund all its own.
And it should be rewards or grants under the general fund.
I can show you in the budget where it's at.
Yeah, rewards.
Do you have the budget out?
Yeah, what is that?
That's the school.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't, chairman didn't sign it. Is that what that means?
Mm-hmm.
None of them signed this one. Maybe they signed that in the wrong spot. That says county excise, but chairman never remembered.
I guess I saw there.
Yeah, but
I don't know who that is.
I don't either.
Well, they're on the board, the school
Oh.
board. I don't know, I can't read that one, but this one I know.
Oh, okay. I'll bet you they signed that wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess,
We'll see what she says. They didn't sign it. This,
that's for Renfro.
yeah, that's Renfro's.
Oh, we're supposed to sign. There's 3 copies there, I just signed the top one.
Sign all 3 of these, sir.
I thought you had to sign them all 3, but
Yeah, Cindy said one of them goes to you,
one of them goes to the, to
school district.
school district, one of them
to
goes,
treasurer's.
yeah.
That one, I'll bet you they signed that wrong.
That's all we had,
Yeah.
yes. I move we,
I mean,
move back to
those
item
other ones
B
signed.
and
No.
approve purchase orders and travel claims.
Second. See, they signed here.
Item,
You know, Penny?
Item,
well, move from
See, the-
item H to
these-
item B.
This is
And
excise.
approve the payment of purchase orders and travel claims as
Should
seconded.
they
All in
have-
favor?
Bobbit,
Aye.
Ronk,
I mean, this would be Mark.
Chairman of the
Motion
excise
carried
And then we should sign
unanimously.
these,
Blanket
right?
purchase orders.
That's what it looks like to me.
yes.
So, should
I make a motion that we
Sign
approve
it.
blanket purchase orders.
I would.
I second that.
Would sign it right alongside it.
Okay.
Your
Okay.
chairman.
Are those
Hess moved, Ronk
Well,
seconded to approve blanket
they ran
orders
Sally
and
off, so I don't think I
purchase
wanna
orders
sign.
as presented. All in favor?
Oh,
Okay, Hess moved, Ronk
Oh, they wanted her to
seconded,
teach
Bobbit,
4 classes of English
Aye.
and
Hess.
doubled up her
Aye.
music. And she just wants to teach
All
music,
motion
so
carried unanimously.
she's going to Blackwell.
oh,
Okay.
Teach music.
Make sure they don't forget to sign that.
Hey, Mark.
So heck with them, they don't need them money.
yeah.
Hey, Mark.
Okay.
You didn't know you had power.
Yeah, yeah, a little, just a little.
You signed
Don't get on his bad side.
I'm just about done with this deal, group of them, and I'll give them to you.
Robin, would you mind taking these to Alex for us, please? Thank you very much. I appreciate that help.
Okay, here's the first paper clip.
Okay, did you guys?
Oh, that's the one you're not gonna sign.
Yeah, yeah, I didn't sign, I didn't go, darn it, I didn't sign that thing. Yeah, that
Do you
superintendent is
guys
the
need a
10th highest
motion?
paid
Do
in
you
the
guys need
state.
a motion to
In a
approve
little school like
those?
Fawn Creek,
No kidding.
Mark,
185,000.
do you guys need a motion to approve those school things you just did?
I'll make a motion if we need to, yes.
Mark, there's one more there.
Oh.
Don't miss that
I'll
one.
give you a second if you need to.
Okay,
And I'll vote if I need to.
all right. You guys are so easy. So, I guess say all in
Except for
favor.
Chairman.
Well, accept.
Okay, Mark said aye, or Mr. Jones, do you say hi?
say
Hi.
Hi, I say hi.
And Jerry, do
Aye.
you say aye? Okay.
Pat, you missed a lot of these signatures.
Oh, my goodness.
Those all going.
No, I didn't miss the one.
Oh, okay.
Did you sign all mine too?
That's a negative. Sure was glad you were here today. Next time you do leave on a day like that, I'm gonna make Max laugh.
I'll be on the lookout for that now.
Oh, Mark, have you been tractor shopping?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Baler shopping and
Oh, you got a baler out of the deal too.
2 tractors, 2 balers,
Oh, okay. I just heard one tractor.
Oh my.
grain cart, pickups,
Old track.
net wrap,
Bomb.
twine, seed. Was on.
That was
So
an
what
expensive
happened?
fire, wasn't it?
It was hot.
You got a fire?
Hmm.
Oh, no.
And you thought that alfalfa baled just right.
Yes, I thought I tested every one of them when I put them in there.
Really?
This guru came out from the insurance company. We didn't have much, a little, and he could tell where it started. He thought where it started kind of glazes over hot because it's hotter.
You're right. Right.
But there's electrical about 10 foot from there too, so getting more likely it's probably a bale.
You would think it was.
Was it a big square bale?
Shane said he
You
will
know,
not
my
help
uncle
you
baled
rebuild
big
that.
square bales for
Do
a long
I?
time.
Shane said he will not help
Oh,
you
yeah.
build that. He says he's still
Shane-
scared of heights
Shane,
to this
it was
day.
hilarious. That was 21 years ago.
Yeah, and he said he will not help
Shane was
you.
up there up on the screw 10 on, and we couldn't. We had a heck of a time getting him down.
Yeah, he said he didn't
He
come
locked-
down and eat
he
or
locked
nothing.
up.
He couldn't move. He could not move.
Wow.
Yeah, my son got on top of our house one time, climbed up the TV antenna and over on the roof and was running all over the roof. Him and a neighbor kid. And I went out there, I said, "You guys, get down off that roof." Well, the neighbor kid got right down, Michael would. And I said, "Well, come over here and I'll help you." You know, and he wouldn't let me get close enough to get a hold of him. He'd go plumb up over the roof on the other side. He didn't. He ain't getting
Knew
me.
he was in trouble.
Well, I did. It got kind of funny to me because he wouldn't even come. He climbed up and got over on the roof from the antenna, but he wouldn't get down there. He was scared to get over onto that
close to the
antenna
edge.
to the edge. And I said, "Well, I'll just help you." Nope, he wouldn't let me get a hold of him.
Acting like a cat.
We're gonna wait.
Yeah.
Okay. They moved
guess he
back
finally-
to Dublin.
It took a while.
He finally did.
Yeah.
He finally.
All of the
You know, I said, "Michael, I'm serious. I'm not going to mess with you. I'm just going to help you get down. You're not in trouble.
Yeah, they've
You
already
guys just
done
know
those.
better than to
Where's
get up and
the
run around
motion
on the
Okay.
roof, so you ought to."
I just,
So that's
Finally, he convinced himself that
Gonna be
it was going to be okay.
yeah.
okay.
No, this is they moved
So
to go
did it-
back up
did it
and
Get
approved
the
them, so
frame
this
hot
is
enough that
it.
you won't be able to use
For the
that?
purchase orders or?
For the purchase
the
orders, they
lean-to part
moved
on the
back
south
from
side's
H
all
to
right.
B and
West
approved
was
the
hay
purchase
west.
orders.
So,
And that was wrong
Oh,
moved.
okay.
Yeah.
Ed has seconded.
Right.
And then
Warped.
Rob emailed, and then
And they didn't they were reviewing earlier, so they didn't review, they
So
just
if you got
signed
anything
them.
bought back?
have they
or-
approved the purchase order?
Yes, they
we got
approved
Baylor
the purchase
coming.
order.
And we've approved the blankets.
From Arnett.
Thank you.
But that's it so far.
Send
Did it all with
you
one
some.
one
We're
tractor.
probably gonna jump down to Donnie Head.
Bail with one and hook and load.
That's when they figured out he better find something.
Fun.
I think we've got everything done for the excise board.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you all, you've done the temporary appropriations? Okay.
I'm not gonna say too much about it, but there was some people, in a neighboring community had called Brad Rigger over
I
to
guess I
help
need to find out.
probe some bales, and Brad said, you need to get the stuff out of here, get your equipment out of here, this hay is volatile. It's
It was
ready to-
hot.
Yeah, it was hot. And, they didn't, anyway, the barn caught on fire later on that night.
Hi,
And
I
there
forgot
was
to print it out.
equipment
Can you
parked
print
in
me
around
out a
it.
copy of the most
The
recent,
equipment was not
the
there.
valuation assessment report?
Oh,
And that's why
And
I'm
the
not
report
saying
for the
anything
homestead
about the
exemption,
neighboring
just for
community or
excise
whatever.
board to
But
acknowledge.
they parked machinery in
That's
around
fine.
there
Okay,
after Brad
Okay,
told
thank
them
you.
that it
Bye-bye.
needed to be got away from there. It was gonna it was getting hot. Yeah. Brad's probe, when he stuck it in there, he said, I pulled it out, he said, the probe was so hot I couldn't even touch it.
Wow.
The probe was. And he said there wasn't no doubt in his mind that it was gonna burn.
minutes. Did you sign 2 minutes?
Years
I
ago.
believe
Yep.
we did.
Bertie
Yeah,
said they,
I did.
Yeah.
they moved a lot
Passed
of
around.
that. They got a lot of the hay out. A lot of the, you know,
I'll just
once
go
it
through
started,
and if I don't have it all.
Yeah.
it goes
Catch up
quick.
with you.
You know,
And once it gets a little bit of oxygen, it'll,
it goes.
Well, Larry Isaacs there, South Palm Creek, almost, but he had doors shut.
Anita's gonna
And
have
so it
to
didn't
print
get
those.
all
She's gonna
oxygen.
print those 2 out and
And
then
they
we'll
had-
do the
Got the fire department out
reorganization.
there and opened the doors and
you can still see where some rafters were on the north side of that
mhm.
barn too.
Well, one year we put up some on square bales, and this has been way back. And I thought they was too wet when they baled them, but went up there and you could feel underneath those.
Hi,
So
can
we
you
took
bring me
those
that
layer-
appeals folder? It should be,
The salt,
uh,
sprinkled salt on
that has all
Remember
the,
that.
them, and,
equalization
Nice.
appeals
Cured fine.
that we did. There's a,
Salt.
Jenna knows what I'm talking
yeah,
about.
just rock
Rock
salt.
salt.
It's
Yeah.
it's one of
You know,
those
cattle
brown,
salt.
red
Yeah.
folders and it's got rubber bands
Yeah,
around
we've
it. It
had
should be on my
return-
desk
there's
laying on the
charcoal.
back of my, on my window
Josh,
sill.
okay.
I'll just be
All right, thank
hanging
you.
out here
Bye-bye.
whenever you guys.
Okay, well, you can come in here and sign in and have a seat,
Okay.
that'd be fine.
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
I thought we'd skip down here and take care of Donnie on that.
Where's Donnie at?
Oh, he's down at the end of the table.
What order are you?
Let's see, he's on there, number T.
I moved that we skip down to item T for our CED invoices and reported conferences for all 3 districts.
I'll second that.
Are both, you have the,
Ronk moved, Hess seconded to skip down to item T for the CED invoices and report of conferences for D1, 2, and 3. All in favor?
Bobbit,
Aye.
Ronk,
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes, motion carried unanimously. I got my bridge inspections, last week and
Yeah,
I
I
took
think
them
we all
with me.
did.
I think I had one.
one of those invoices is for earthquake, that would have been for District 1 and 3. And then the other invoices for up District 1, 2, and 3. And there was no damage in earthquake.
Very good.
So,
You know what
Donnie,
those, that was from
do
the
we all 3
excise
sign
for
these?
the equalization.
Yeah, it's a new form. They actually have a
You
new
need to sign.
invoice form and a new.
Yeah, I guess that looks a little different.
Yeah, so, you need to
If you want, we can go on down.
Gary needs to sign that.
I think you did.
He's already signed.
Oh, okay.
We could go ahead and, do we have a motion to skip to item L and do the reorganization of the equalization and excise board?
I'll move.
Second.
So how does that mean? How long have you been the chairman? Are you, how long have you been the chairman? How long has he been the chairman?
Couple of years.
Thank you. Okay, thank you.
2 years.
He's doing a good job.
He is doing it.
I mean, is there,
Yeah.
Is there any guidelines that you can?
I move, have the
Keep-
same
Oh.
officers.
Second that.
I don't get a choice.
Oh, you don't. Here, vote. Okay, we have a motion from Jones, seconded by Broadbender, to retain the current slate of officers. All in favor? Which would be Mark Lamb as chairman, Alvin Jones as vice president or vice chairman, and Jerry Broadbender as member. Do we have a motion? Or
I move, so moved.
moved? So
Second that.
okay, and so all in favor: Lamb,
Aye.
Jones, Broadbender.
Aye.
Well, I told you,
I do not agree.
I told you
Just the
before,
most
my dad used to,
recent of the-
my dad and my mom would go to the Walden voting deal, and them and mom and dad would vote for Bud Leaf, and Bud Leaf would vote for my dad, and Bud had been there 2-1 every time. It was that way for years.
Well, let's go ahead and, if you don't mind, well, let's finish up the equals, the excise, and then we'll just acknowledge the,
Okay, this is item J.
yes, so we'll return to item J for acknowledgement. Do we have an acknowledgement of the 2018 County Abstract Evaluation and Assessment Report for provided by the Assessor's Office?
So moved. These are all the same,
Yes.
both of them.
Yeah, those are your copies. Do we have a second to acknowledge?
Second.
All in favor? Lamb?
Aye.
Jones?
Aye.
Broadbender?
Aye.
Motion carried. And do we have the same to acknowledge an annual report of homestead exemption provided by the Assessor's Office?
Make a motion.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Lamb moves, Broadbender seconds to acknowledge the annual report of homestead exemption. All in favor, Lamb?
Aye.
Jones? Broadbender?
Aye.
Okay, now we just need to acknowledge the Form 9, now we're on the Equalization Board, to acknowledge the decision, Notice of Appeal decision, which is the Oklahoma Tax Commission Form 977. Do we have a motion? I think we could probably just do it in one motion if you want to acknowledge both Form
I'll make a motion.
977s. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, Lamb moved to acknowledge, Jones seconded the Form 977 Notice of Appeal decision for Rock Falls Wind for DCLA Independent School District 95,
Do you need these?
Do you need them?
Are you taking
and
these
Notice
with
of
you
Appeal
today?
for the Chisholm View Wind. All in favor, Lamb?
Aye.
Yeah.
Jones? Broadbender? Motion carried. Do we have any new business?
I do.
No.
Yeah.
None?
I do.
You do?
I do. Thank
Do
you.
we have a motion to adjourn?
One for.
Second.
Thank you.
Third.
Second, okay.
We'll have a walking vote.
Okay, you are adjourned. Oh, let's see.
So you,
Sorry, I just
that-
didn't
the-
know what I'd do with it.
with St.
We ought
Louis
to
will
put
be,
one
Yeah,
to
let
put
me,
in here is
let me
what we
check with
should've done.
Anita.
That's where we can put mine.
that's okay.
We
What's the
didn't
date?
have that on our agenda that acknowledged the.
18th.
19.
19th.
I don't know if I do or not. I
No, we
probably
don't
Need to
have
put that on our next
Okay,
month.
okay. Hi, do you want Jerry we're trying to figure out the time for the appeals? Is that, would the 18th, what'd we say, the
No,
19th?
19th.
Would the 19th work?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, what time?
It's gonna work for them. It'll work, I mean, whatever day they can do it.
Okay, so what time, gentlemen? Do you want 9 o'clock?
That'd
Do you
be
want
fine.
earlier? Do you want later, whatever?
9's fine.
Nine.
9
Sounds
o'clock,
fine.
okay, we're gonna plan on 9 o'clock, Wednesday,
Thursday.
Thursday.
I'm sorry, I wrote down one.
You're
First,
going-
I'm one day
You're
off.
going to have that
July
Wednesday.
19th, which is a Thursday, at 9 o'clock, and I will get letters out today.
Okay.
Okay? Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Okay, got it?
If they can make,
I think they're gonna do it via telephone, I'm not
Oh,
for sure, so
okay.
the gentleman, I'm kinda thinking that's what they're gonna do. So we ought to be okay. But I'll send y'all an email, and let you know
Yeah,
for
okay.
sure, okay? Oh, there's the other minutes right there.
Thank you,
Thanks for the
guys.
water.
Thanks, you bet. You guys have a good day. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, your tab's getting pretty big.
Yeah,
That's
I
all right, that's okay. That's all right. Thank you, guys.
Okay.
To get back on our agenda, we probably need to do that notice to bid so Cindy can get that in the
Oh, yeah.
newspaper.
Okay.
Yeah, but let me just go print it out. It's like I worked on all this stuff last night. I apologize.
Josh, we're running just a little bit behind today.
No sweat.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, we're running just a tad behind.
Sorry.
Okay,
Tanner told me to call him every day if I have to.
Hi, I need you again. I need you to come in for a second, please. Thank you, bye-bye.
Is there a restroom down here I can use real quick?
It's on the second floor.
Second.
Second
Yeah.
floor.
Thank you.
Thank
All right,
you.
thank you.
All right.
Yep,
See y'all later.
All right, thank you,
Y'all
Donnie.
stay out of trouble.
yep,
Do
thanks,
we have
Donnie.
to?
At least through next
Oh,
month.
fine. Okay.
We wound up buying a new air conditioner
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
and
All right.
putting it in because we wasn't sure. We'd already changed that once, and
Yeah,
mom and dad's air conditioner went out,
Oh, no.
and
yeah. Well, them old ones they burn a lot
Yeah.
of electricity too.
you
A lot
told
more
me
than
that one was
yeah, it
heavy, and I
yeah.
decided that they're on fixed income, so
Yeah.
we got to be careful about income,
Anything,
expenses.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway, we just went ahead and got it.
Yeah, that one didn't have the, the deal you
Case.
slide it in, case or whatever that is for.
Yeah. We still had to make the hole bigger in the house.
Okay.
What
All
a
right.
deal. Yep.
Okay, see y'all later.
Okay, thanks,
Take care,
Donnie.
Donnie. Now, what's this guy?
Josh is down here on item 8W,
Okay.
triangular silt dikes. He's called numerous times and finally
You
I
play
just said,
outside too much?
come up and you could give us a spiel or whatever,
Oh.
wanting us to use silt dikes. You know, they're pushing that more and more for us when we do our road construction and stuff about using the silt dike. I don't know anything more about it than that.
I don't know. I think some of those kinds of things ought to be just come to our district shop.
Yeah.
I just really don't think we need that on our agendas. I mean, he could just go to shop and let us decide what we want to do
Yeah.
on that. But
Okay, from now on, that's the way we'll do it.
I think he's the one that called me and I told him, I called him, but I think that there might have been a different guy though, because I thought it was on something on the roads for dust control is what I was thinking.
For y'all to each look at.
Okay, so she's not interested or they just forget?
They just forgot. He called me on my way
Okay.
back to Concrete from.
Okay, and,
Tanner
and we
did.
couldn't take phone bids on it?
Well.
We couldn't.
I-
No,
No, and I
No.
talked to Stephen
Okay.
about it.
Stephen
He
said
said
go
we had to
back
go
out
back
for
out
bid.
for bid.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, just
So,
wanted to double
yeah.
check that, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, alrighty,
Okay, I make a motion that we move back up to item E, and that we go out for bids for this farm 8141, Farm 2.
Second.
Hess moved to move from item T to, oh, I'm not even sure where we were, but.
Yeah.
I'm not either.
To move to item E and to go out for bid notice 17-2018 for a 3-year lease with Grant County Farm 2 USDA 8141. All in favor?
Bobbitt.
Aye.
Ronk.
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes. Motion carried unanimously.
And he also did tell me, I don't know if this is minute worthy or not, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it anyway. But he wanted to know if the Board of County Commissioners would consider putting that particular place up for auction. That
Wow,
acreage.
that's a whole, needs to be a whole nother line item. So. Okay. Being there at 10 o'clock, we have on our agenda item number.
Do we need to sign
W.
the other copy of this?
No, that
just
was
one is
first.
good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We need a motion to move down to item W.
So moved.
Second.
Ronk moves, Hess seconds to move to item W. Presentation on triangular silk dikes per Commissioner Hess with Josh at 10 o'clock. Yeah.
Okay, Josh, we've moved down to you.
Right on.
appreciate you coming up and stuff, and things, and in the future, we'll probably just have you meet each one of us individually in our shop instead of at a board deal. But you coming up here, traveling, this is quicker to get the information to all three of us than it is to
And I don't want to take up much of your time at all. Instead, as I mentioned to you a little bit the other day, we're Triangular Silt Dike Company. We manufacture triangular silt dikes. We also sell all manner of other erosion control products. Fleximat is a rolled out revetment.
Have a copy. Do you have extra?
Nope, I didn't bring any more.
Will you give me yours when you leave? Before you leave?
One of these or a card. Either one. Yeah.
Sorry.
You can have one.
Okay.
And there's a couple more here. This Fleximat, like I said, it's a rolled out revetment mat. I apologize, FedEx left our brochures outside the door and they got rained on. It's 5,000 PSI concrete formed into a geogrid, 4-way biaxial geogrid. Basically, it's a replacement for riprap and concrete liner, ditch liner. We're gaining some traction at the county level simply for the ease of installation. Much easier to install than riprap. Comparably priced, depends on, it's hard to make a true apples to apples comparison. We as the supplier supply it right now for about $3.65 a square foot. Yep.
Okay, and how big of pieces does this
customizable rolls? 5.5 feet wide out to 16 feet wide. 5.5s, 8s, 10s, and 16s are about the most commonly ordered widths right now. Okay. And then they're typically 50 or 30 feet long. The bigger rolls, 16s, usually come in 30-foot lengths because this stuff weighs about 10 pounds per square foot. So the longer the rolls, the more weight prohibitive it becomes, simply for unloading and shipping, loading and unloading.
Okay, 10 pounds per square foot. Okay.
Because of that weight, there's minimal anchoring involved with it. We provide number 8 rebar, cut to about 18 inches, bent over on top, and it's just, smack it right into the ground. You'll see in those installation pictures, most of the installations are done with a track hoe or fairly good sized excavator.
Yep, you're welcome.
That transferred from on the
handling deal. Okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you got that down?
Yeah, for the budget stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you. I'll talk to you later. Okay.
So where we're seeing kind of the primary uses for it are bar ditches alongside the road, but then also creek crossings, low water crossings, bridge abutments where creeks kind of run and turn and gather steam underneath roads with bar ditches tying in. That was a big installation we did down in Cleveland County. I'll say this about it. Cleveland County took an order of about 6 rolls to try it out on a project. 2 weeks later, they ordered 6 truckloads from us.
6 truckloads?
Yes, they had other projects in mind, and they also wanted to just bank some in some of their different shops so that they could have it on an as-needed basis. We keep a fair bit in stock in different sizes so that if you have something in mind that you want to try it out on, we can probably accommodate it without having to get anything else shipped in. And that's the main thing, is we want to get as many people thinking about it and trying it out, because I think once you do in the right applications, it's really handy. It's long-term hard armament. It's a permanent solution. The way we order the Fleximat, it's the concrete in the geogrid, but then ours also comes with a turf reinforcement matting rolled up with it. So it's instant erosion control right from the get-go. We suggest seeding or sodding ahead of time and then rolling it right out on the seeded or sodded subgrade. But basically you just get it right to the final grade and roll it out.
Well, if you're going to use it on a low water crossing, you wouldn't want the seeding on there. But have you? And you said you did use it. How rough is that to drive over, though, if you use it on a low water crossing?
It's got a 2.5-inch block profile. So it's not much. You can even mow over it. Now, I mean, you wouldn't want to cruise across it in your finished mower with the deck real low, but at the same time, it can be mowed over.
And this picture here is probably a picture how many years into after the installation?
You know, it's hard to say, but my guess is that would be the season after.
Season after,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. As green as the turf is around there, my guess is that's not western Oklahoma.
Yeah.
It says Grove City, but I don't know where Grove City is.
Eastern Oklahoma.
Eastern.
There's a Grove, Oklahoma. But
Yeah.
it's
Oh, Grove City.
It's not
Oh,
Grove
oh,
City.
gotcha.
City.
Okay.
Well, while you're here in Medford, you probably ought to stop by the Soil Conservation Service.
I will. I've been talking with. I had a contracting company, a site erosion control and site restoration contracting company for a while, and I work for Triangular now. They were the vendor that I bought a lot of my stuff from. Long story short, we did a lot of conservation, a bunch of the watershed rehab projects I replanted, and so I've been talking with the NRCS, and we're kind of trying to get some traction there too. So yeah, I'll stop by the local office.
Right.
Appreciate it.
Have you, as a state, are you using a lot of that? Seeing
No, sir, we're not yet. We're not. It's as you can imagine, things don't move through the state very quickly. We're working on it, but at the same time, we're kind of trying to think of as many other workarounds that we can while things are kind of plugged through with the state.
Is there a specific grade, steep, that you have to stay within on putting this stuff on? Or
No, sir. No, sir. You can go steep.
So
super steep requires more anchoring.
More anchoring.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so if it was something that was greater than a 3-to-1 slope, then it might be the kind of thing we need to put our heads together. Another thing is we want to be, either myself or somebody with Triangular available for the first few installations as well, to make sure everything's going the way it should be, and we're putting our heads together to make sure we get successful installations every time. So if it was steeper than a 3-to-1 slope, we might want to look at it ahead of time and reach out to the manufacturer to get some more specifics on staking.
Okay.
And anchoring. Pretty handy stuff. Comes off of the trailer with an excavator. You make sure it's facing the right direction, set it down, cut the straps, and then use the excavator to start rolling it out.
Okay,
So,
the strapping that you use down in there is what kind of material is it? It's all cloth or?
no cloth. It's a polyethylene, a polypropylene geogrid, biaxial
So it's not
geogrid.
biodegradable?
It's not biodegradable, no sir. It is permanent, and it is formed. The concrete is formed into that grid as well.
Can you cut it like if you're going up around a bridge, underneath a bridge and around?
Absolutely.
How do you cut it?
Yes, 10 snips.
10 snips.
Yep, yep. And so you can cut it within the limits of the geogrid. You can cut out to go around an outlet, to go around an inlet, around, up around on a head wall, something like that.
Do you have a guidance chart that shows you how big a piece you need to keep together? Like if you've got a bridge that's really steep, the creek comes in there and your bridge is here, say my hand is the bridge, the creek comes down here and hits this side, and I want to stabilize this bank here. And it's going to be harder to get a full, bigger piece down in there.
I see.
If I cut it and make it a 10-foot by 10-foot piece, is there more requirements for stabilization there? If you cut the pieces, I know you want to keep them together as much as you can.
I think I know what you're getting at. You're not going to compromise its integrity by cutting it.
Okay.
But you're just gonna have to have more stakes to hold it in place.
Right.
Relatively, yes. Yep.
Do you, when you do cut it and you place your next piece to it, do you just use the stakes to hold it down, or do you actually physically tie?
We don't physically tie. Sometimes we do physically tie them together with zip ties.
Okay.
And that's only to get them looking straight and to get them to hold
Okay.
until they settle into place. Yes. And then we recommend kind of a shingle staggered application, where upstream lays over downstream in a conveyance type situation.
Yeah.
And then depending on the flow and the amount of water, be it sheet flow or concentrated, it's usually keyed in on the uphill side as well. And so that's nothing complicated, as simple as the excavator digging a 6 to 12 inch trench.
How big a square are each one of these?
I believe they're 5 by 5.
5 by 5?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because they look bigger than 5 by 5.
I need you one more
Yeah,
time, and I'll go
look
get
at
the
our
stuff
hand
sent to the
iron, I
paper.
think.
All right, thank you, bye.
Might be 5 inches, not a little in.
And it may tell in here.
I think it does say, I think there's kind of a chart of the specifics, and I should
Okay.
know that now, but I
Well,
don't know. It's, yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. I just, kind of wanted to get a basic idea. You said you could mow across it.
Yes, sir.
These
Yeah.
here look like they're wide enough that if you was gonna take a tractor across it, it's gonna be doing that quite a bit.
In a mower, yes. In a tractor with bigger wheels, no.
You know.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's about 1.5 inch spacing in between each block.
Okay,
And then that's a 2.5 inch block profile.
okay.
So it says, they're 6 and a
There you go,
half.
6.5 by 6.5 and
by 2 and a
2
quarter.
1/4.
Where'd you read that? What
It's
page?
on 27. last
27,
page.
okay, thank you.
Do you have a minimum order?
No, we don't. The only thing we'd get into in a small order is we might have to charge a delivery fee.
But generally, if you have a bigger order, you do not charge a delivery.
Typically, that's correct.
Any special preparations for the ground, just smooth?
Smooth
laid
and
out?
compact.
And
Yeah.
compact.
Not overly compact, but just back to ultimate compaction. Yes. Yeah. Not overly compacted, not pounded or anything like that.
Yeah. Like if you come up here, you got a roadway, you got a slope here.
Uh-huh.
You put this material on here, do you come over the top of the slope and out just a little bit with a row or two?
If you can.
If you can, that's
Yep.
better
That is better.
to
yes.
stabilize
Uh-huh.
instead of just making it up here where the water might want to try to run underneath.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Common sense stuff.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. In and of itself, it's heavy enough, it's heavy duty enough, particularly when you get grass growing through it, that by itself, it's a standalone hard armament. But little things like that, the common sense, there are ways to make it better.
Do you normally ship it with the core or without the core?
Typically without the core.
Okay.
We can't have the cores added from the manufacturer. We don't keep any in stock that have the cores in them, so we have to wait.
Is this stuff guaranteed that this non-biodegradable link is going to last how long exposed to the sun and stuff? You got a rough idea?
Well, exposed to the sun, nothing growing, you're spraying it with Roundup, keeping it cleaned up. I think it's 15 years. I need to check on that and let you know, because
But still, that would give it time to get settled in and sealed around.
It's silted over in almost every installation I've seen in Oklahoma. You can't see that geogrid 1 year after installation.
Do you guys recommend placing the grid in and covering it with any soil or anything?
No.
Just do the grid and let the nature take its course.
Get your seed or your sod ahead of time
Yeah.
to speed things up. But, as you guys know, all you got to do to make Johnson grass grow is just go scratch the ground a little bit, and it'll pop up. So even without that, vegetation's still going to grow through.
Okay. Well, I thought it was a very robust way to take care of it. I know we've talked about these gabion baskets.
Right.
And that's labor intensive.
Very
when you do
labor
that.
intensive.
This here looks like a simpler, easier
And
solution.
Gabions have got their place, they've got their use, no doubt about it. But I think the versatility of this, you can avoid a lot more labor intensive applications.
Of course, I'll say what you've heard millions of times before. If you want a place to try this so people can come look at it, come on up.
Right on. Well, you guys think it over. Everybody's once they see the brochure, the wheels get to spinning, and it usually doesn't take a whole lot of crunching your brain to think of a place where it might be good to use it. So think it over and let me know if there are any other questions, and I'd be glad to answer them, and we'd be glad to.
I've got a couple of roads
get
that
you
wash
some.
out all the time and just make a road out of it. Be a paved road, paver road.
Right, and that's in there. You can actually infill it with gravel if you wanted, a pervious paving.
So it's
It can be
5,000
used.
pound concrete.
Yeah,
is what
it's
the
high.
Said, so it's going to be
high
high.
PSI concrete.
Yeah. Well, Josh, I appreciate you
Yeah,
coming
thank you
out.
guys for your time.
Thank you very much. We appreciate
And
that.
let me know if there are any questions I can answer.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Thank
Take care.
you.
Pleasure
Yes.
to meet y'all.
Okay, you
Yes.
too.
Did you sign in? You
I did.
Okay.
Do I need to sign out?
No, you don't have to.
No, just sign in.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
We're at item W. We need to return to item H. Acknowledge our 100%. Or I guess did we already do that?
We
You already
did
did
that.
that. You need to
Thank
move to
you.
item I.
Aye.
Aye.
I so moved.
Well, okay.
Okay, hang
Ron,
on.
wait a
Don't,
minute.
don't go too
Wait a
fast.
minute. Yeah.
Mindy can't keep up.
Got it.
Okay,
Ron
Ronk
did-
moved.
To move from item W to item I.
Aye,
Does
okay.
does Hess second that?
I will second that.
Ronk moved, Hess second. The problem is that the resolution is to surplus the assessor's office. I don't think we're surplusing the assessor's
Oh
office.
no, we're just surplusing stuff.
Well, that's not what's on the agenda. It says
Okay.
we're surplusing the assessor's office, so I don't think that we can act on that. We got
Okay.
to have an item of what we're going to do. We need like the rest of them, like we have the ice machine or the cat
Yeah.
loader.
Well,
You
item
know.
J, you can't do that one either then.
Nope,
No.
we cannot do I, we cannot do J.
So
So,
is the surplus 2018-27? Is that the surplus?
That's their
That's
surplusing.
the surplus number.
but it's, I'm sure we're not assessing their office. It says, I don't think we're surplusing the county clerk's office.
Yes.
So I don't think we can act
We
on
can.
that. You want to surplus those offices? I think the election board is looking for a new office.
Yeah, I think they are.
So if they surplus those offices, they
take
might
a
be
big-
up for grabs. I don't know.
I can move fast when I have to.
So let's get those listed out, what they need to be.
Okay.
No action, get those listed out.
Now, if I understand it right, since Pat is back,
Yeah, we're good to
Yeah,
go.
we're good to go.
We're good to
Yep,
go.
we can surplus.
We're back to
Yeah.
business.
The only way it would have been changed is if Brandon would have won, then you'd have had to wait till he was in office.
And that'd been in January.
gotcha.
So, okay,
Okay.
but item K, declaration of surplus D3, this ice machine, and it's definitely noted what it is, so we should have no problem surplusing that.
I so moved to
Okay.
surplus the ice machine.
Second.
Ronk moves, has seconds to declaration of surplus 2018-78, the ice machine D 507.02. All in favor?
Bobbitt,
Aye.
Ronk,
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes, motion carried unanimously. Okay, you need to sign there and there. Now, 2018-79, 2009-908 H cat loader.
I make a motion to, well, what are we doing with it?
Oh dear, it doesn't say surplus
We're disposing of it.
we
we
can't
should
act on that.
It
It's
doesn't
not-
say
no
surplus or
action.
dispose.
That's
Yeah.
all right. No way. We can't act on I or
Can't act
J
on
because
that
that.
one.
Okay, I left that
Yeah,
part out.
That's all right.
Yeah,
So,
those I've already
let's
turned
see.
over.
Okay.
So we're not gonna do that one.
This
But we
one's
can do
done.
M, 2018-80, declaration of surplus, D3. Thank you. 304.12, 304.11, 333.15, 333.13, and 333.14. Are those all on one deal? No.
No.
So we need,
Oh,
2018, yeah.
Yeah,
80
yeah,
is-
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sorry,
they are.
80,
Yeah, they're
sorry.
there. No,
I make a motion that we surplus 2018-80.
Those are
Second.
those are inventory numbers.
inventory. But yeah, they're
But I mean,
tractor, a loader, a mower, You still have those on hand?
No, those are the ones that sold at Keith James's auction.
Well, they had to be surplus before you sold them.
They were surplus.
Okay, then we don't need to act on it. That's a declaration of surplus.
Okay, that's just the,
So we don't need
Julian
that.
had sent that.
So we don't need to do that.
Okay,
So item M, we do not need. That's done.
We needed to dispose of.
I have them on there for disposal as well, but he sent a surplus.
Okay.
Okay, so item M is done. We no action needed. That's already been surplus. Okay? So item N is 81 through 87 resolution for disposing of equipment D3, but it's not listed what it is, so we can't act
Okay,
on that.
so
We
you
gotta
want-
have
you
that.
have to have 'em all
Gotta have
listed
it-
out.
Gotta have it listed, so no action. The same thing on O. You gotta list them out. 'Cause
Okay.
people have got to know exactly what that means on our agenda. So we can't. You gotta.
Okay,
list
well
them.
then none of them are going
Nor
to probably
P,
work.
nor Q,
Okay.
nor R, nor S.
Okay. So yeah, get those.
I'll just put those all back on
Yeah,
next
put those
week.
all back on. Okay,
With more
we've done
information.
it. Yeah, with more. Yeah, need more information. That'd be fine. Just need more information.
Okay.
So the only one we did act on, Cindy, was K, the declaration of
Okay.
surplus for the ice machine. That was good. We got that one done. It's done.
Okay.
Done. The other one, we need more info.
Okay.
Now we're item U, contract to Summer Garcia for the Grant County Health Department custodial position for FY 18-19.
They haven't got it back
They
to
had
me.
no action. Okay.
See, it was worse than it really. It looked worse than it really is.
And,
Sorry.
and that's the Stephen's got to make sure he looks at it. If it's a contract,
Yeah.
Stephen needs to look at it. Item V, Lamont Fire Department Building Project, change order 01, change order 02, change order 03, 04, 05.
Let's see. I have those.
Additional funds of, okay, so what are those? Yeah, let's go over those.
Oh, actually, let's see. I have them. Hold on just a second. And I'm trying to get it all straight in my head.
That's
Because I was
fine.
trying to get all the architects to sign off on
Yeah,
everything
gotcha.
and all that kind
Yeah,
of stuff.
gotcha.
And I can't remember if that's the one I think I'm waiting on Jim to sign off on that. So,
Okay.
wait, but let me make sure because I kind of don't remember. No, I think that's the one I do actually have. I keep telling Mindy she didn't have to come back in here. I just need to do redial.
Yes, sir.
Hi, I told you I didn't need you again, but I do. Sorry about that. Okay, bye. Because I have it all, Jody Evans is signed.
Yeah,
That's the
gotcha.
Jody. Lamont would be, no, that's Hembry and
Hodges.
Hodges and.
But
think-
Jody
I
Evans
think
is
that's the one.
now-
Oh, Jody
Jody Evans is
Master.
Waukeeta.
Yeah,
Waukeeta.
and I'm
Yes.
waiting on him. I'm waiting to pay his. That's the one I'm waiting on. So I have the Hembry and Hodges.
Okay, but we approved that, didn't we?
Well,
On
we approved
Jody?
the, but Jody can't, he has to have the fire chief sign off, so
Sign
I
off,
need an
that's
email
right.
and I haven't
That-
gotten
He
we
that
signed off on
yet.
everybody else. He just can't sign off
Yeah.
in his own.
Yeah.
I know, so I gotta go find the Hembry and Hodges stuff, and I know
Do
I
I need
have
to
it.
take that with me to catch Jody or something?
You need to ask
Oh, that's
her.
her. Okay.
While she's looking for that, let's skip down to X, the revised resolution 2018-52 mutual aid agreement with town of Renfro. Was there a mistake on it?
I think there was, and I don't know where it is. Let's see if I see it here. She said it should all be in there.
That's all the surplus.
That's all the surplus and
That's all the
disposing that's got
surplus.
to be put back on. Yeah, and I didn't look at the agenda today when she emailed it. I
Yeah.
didn't even look at it. I was busy.
I'm gonna take this and show my road foreman and stuff, but I'll bring this back and we can put it in our file or something.
I don't see it.
Right over there, Mindy. What is the last thing right there? Well, keep going. Keep going. There.
Over
What are
here.
those?
Those are resolutions for disposal.
Okay, no,
equipment.
those aren't them. All right.
There's other stuff down there, but I don't know what that is.
We'll just wait on.
And that says silt dikes, not, I have it silks dikes on the, but I did look up the word dikes.
It's all right.
So I would spell it right.
Good.
Yeah, this is what I was thinking he was talking about. With
Yes.
Silt.
Yeah.
I was thinking silt like these. That's what I was thinking he was talking
Yeah.
about. I didn't know he was talking
And
about
he did,
them.
he did say that they did that, but he got into the riprap
Yeah.
part of it. That's why I thought it would be.
There's that, and then, yeah. Yeah, that was, I've never heard of this stuff.
Okay.
So, yeah.
But listen, if we get concrete give to us all the time, but it's not tied together.
No.
And so this here looks like
I
a
do have some places where my road always washes out. I put some of that big rock in there and smashed it in, and that's holding really well. And I've got some other areas I was thinking about doing it. You know, you put this down as a base, and it would never move.
no, it wouldn't, and it's tied down.
Yeah.
And the thing I was thinking about though, $3.65 a foot, square foot
Yeah.
is going to be.
Well, it wasn't that bad. I did a 16-foot wide by a 30-foot long one, and that came up to 480 square feet, and that's $1,752.
That ain't that bad.
That's not as bad as I thought. Not really.
By the time you go get riprap.
Yeah, haul it in and lay it in there. This
Yeah,
is quick.
riprap, the rock is always higher than like
Yeah.
our 1.5-inch crusher run.
Yeah.
You
For
would
whatever
think
reason,
that, I don't know. I never
And
have
then-
understood that.
I can only go get a bobtail truck at a time.
Exactly, us too. Yeah, because we're going on demo beds. You can't put that in a
Belly dump.
belly dump.
Yeah.
Tell her to bring the Renfro,
And Nash. And Nash.
the
resolution.
mutual aid agreement for Renfro and Nash. Okay?
Did Frank Ender pass
Frank Ender?
Yeah, I think they did. Yeah, a couple of months ago, several months ago. I
You
think it was
guys
right
had
after Christmas or something. I
said
saw
that I did not know
Yeah.
that.
I remember reading it in the paper, Max, but I
Okay.
mean, in fact, I think I sent her a sympathy card. I'm 90% sure I did.
Wow, okay.
I called her and told her to bring those.
Okay.
I'm sure she's got them done, because I've been working on the rest of them.
Well, we did all of them in the chapter. There must have been, this is a
They
revised one.
they were mixed. They had like Medford up here and they had Renfro down here.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, too many places to change the name.
Yes, there's a lot of places to change the names on those.
Yeah.
While I'm thinking about it, guys, do you all know of anybody that does mobile, just like goes around from place to place, and does window tinting?
Oh, yeah, we've used them. Yeah, I can't think of their name right off
Would
the
you
deal, but
would
they.
you email me or text me or
Yeah,
something?
yeah, we used him. It takes a while to get him to get out there, but he did our tractors.
Okay, because I'm wanting to do a couple of both my
Okay.
tractors.
those to Stephen and just hadn't received
Replaces windows,
Huh?
So do we need, we
Replaces
can't
windows?
sign it?
No, tents windows.
tent windows, okay.
No, they got to go up to Stephen first.
Okay.
Those resolutions will have to go up to Stephen.
Okay.
Stephen hasn't signed off on them yet.
So we at least we got moved into the new year.
Maybe when he comes down for 10 and 11, he'll sign off on them. So no action at this time, Mindy put on there.
Okay.
And do we have any, I don't think we have any road crossings.
Mhm.
No. Okay. New business. Max, do you have any new business?
No.
Matt, Pat? I have no new business.
Silly.
Oh,
Not exactly new business, but it is, because I wanted to give them to you. You asked, and I kept sending you that email that had the plan in it, because I thought the last one was the plan, but this is straight off of the bill.
okay, thank you. Got it.
So
See
we
it.
are, we're past one. We're in 2 right now, and then starting May of next year will be phase 3, or the third one of those steps, and then May of 2020 23 will be 4.
Okay. Thank you. Alrighty. Commissioners' comments. Max, what do you have today?
You know, we got a little bit of rain this morning, 4/10 at Manchester, but we didn't get any at Waukeeta. 4th of July weekend is this weekend. Hope everybody has a safe and happy holiday. That's all my comments.
Pat, what do you have?
Well, everybody, please bear with us because we're going to be, it looks like a skeleton crew from now until probably school starts. Everybody's wanting to go on vacation. So we're going to get as much done as we can. That's everybody be safe this week. That's all I got.
Okay, this week's gonna be really short for us. We are open for business today and tomorrow. Wednesday is the 4th of July, and everybody's taking off Thursday, and Friday is our day off, so we I know there's a lot of rain out there. We've still got roads that have washed out. We've been trying to go around and get those at least touched up. But it's going to be a short week. Be back to work. Got 2 new mower people hired some seasonal work. They start today start mowing, so it'll be a short week for them, but we'll start getting some more mowing done. This week I've got Wheatland RC&D meetings this week, and I also leave Thursday for my Women in Government meeting. I will be gone till Sunday night for that. So just a busy time of year. And Independence Day, we're glad we are one nation under God, and everybody stay safe. That's all my comments. Okay.
Well, I know I had it all printed out. I can't find it. So I reprinted, but I know that Jim had sent me one, but I'm not finding it. So do we want to just hold till next week? I'll get them more organized.
That'd be fine. So no action.
Okay, and we didn't sign these because you said Steve needs to sign them.
Well, I have them up there, but he hadn't got them down. So.
Well, maybe he'll sign them when we're going into number 10. We're ready to call him and see about.
I'll leave those there.
See if he can come down. Maybe I don't know if he will or not, but
there you go.
Okay.
We'll call him and see if he's available to come down for item 10.
If I make a motion that we go into executive.
Well, wait. Let's make sure he's available if you want to.
And if you guys, I did turn the Kim Ken thing over to Cindy Smith after I did, and she contacted JP Morgan, and other than filing a dispute, there's no.
Okay, he had just had him do executive session, and I didn't know if he was going to be able to come down or not. Okay, all right, thank you, bye-bye. She's going to ask him, he stepped out for just a minute.
Okay. Yes, Cindy, or Penny, if you could go get that file and tell us what you've done.
Okay, I'll go get it.
Thank you.
Yeah, where the money went, and they should be able.
Desi said no. Said something's wrong with
Yeah,
that.
I said they can call the Fed, and it's got a series number on it and a tracking number, and the Fed, if the bank can't figure out, then Grant County Bank needs to call the Federal Reserve.
Yeah, and
have the Federal Reserve.
That's what Desi said.
What's this about? They've
paid that Kim Can deal, and there's 2 Kim Cans in Texas, and we had the right address but the wrong zip code, so someone else has cashed that check.
Okay.
And we don't owe it if someone's cashed it, and so we're trying to find out who cashed the check. Or the warrant, I guess.
Right.
But, yeah,
same difference. Yeah.
So we're trying to find it out, and you're supposed to be able to tell on the back what bank it was ran through and all that, and they're hitting a brick wall. And
they found the bank, but they're not getting anywhere with, because it's such a big bank, and so trying to actually get to a human person to say, can you look up and tell me where this, but the Fed can research that.
I think basically what it's going to boil down to is I think our DA is going to have to write a legal letter for legal action and say, you need to
give us the money back, and you need to find it. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Hi, Stephen.
Hello.
Hi, Desi.
When I looked that up online, I put in the zip code because it had
Sis,
the 4.
why don't you just sit in here and you tell everybody,
Okay.
if you don't mind.
Okie
We'll,
dokie.
we'll get the whole story from everybody.
I was just listening to you on
Yeah,
YouTube. So.
I'm gonna get this stuff out.
Well, I guess you know when I rode your bicycle this weekend.
No, I've been having a heck of a time lately.
Well, that's too bad. We're gonna have to get you some acupuncture or something. I don't know.
You know, if you're hurting bad enough, you'll try anything.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
That's for
Kid.
sure.
Just to want some relief.
Yeah.
Weird.
I feel for you, Stephen, about that back problem. That
Yeah, I
is
do
not,
too.
It's just,
no
Can't
fun.
move.
yeah, some days I'm fine, you know.
Yeah.
Then the next day it's like, what's going on? Why is it so bad? Why is it hurting today? What did I do?
Wow.
We are down to item 10 on the possible legal action on Kim Kim. Before we enter into legal action, we have Penny and Desi here and Cindy, and I would like for them to walk us through what they've tried to do so you're up to speed on what they've tried to do so far, and then we'll go into executive session. So, Desi, I guess the ball started in your court first, so we'll
Yeah.
let you talk first.
Okay, on the first one that we had was Kim Ken with District 3. And that check went to the wrong place. And so, but we had to go ahead and pay that one per Cheryl Wilson because they wouldn't take the porta potties off the quarry. So that was done. So that one is paid, but then she said, we'd have to go through DA to get that money. So then your 2 came through, and it had the wrong zip code on it.
And the right address.
Right address, wrong zip code. And see, the first 2 that went out, they had the coupons with them, or because on my copies, the coupons were, the bottom part was cut off and went with the warrant. And I tried calling the bank too and couldn't get anywhere. And then JP Morgan Chase, because the bottom part of this is gone. See, so it went. Then I went online this week and used the zip with the 4 digits, and it's like a bankruptcy place where checks are mailed, I think, because there was a list of all these bankruptcy things and where the debtor was on there and the creditor and all that. So if that was like a lockbox,
it just went and they cashed it.
It just went and they cashed it. But
okay. So we don't know who cashed it. Because then now we're trying to trace it back to the bank. So Penny,
Right.
can you tell us what you've
So
done?
my part comes in when, obviously we pick up the warrants, we pay the warrants. I didn't know that we had an issue with mailing it out to the wrong address or whatever, and then somebody picks it up and cashes it. And
Well, nobody really did at that point.
not till we get a bill and
It was the right address, wrong zip.
Yeah.
Go ahead and tell us what you did.
right. So anyway, it was paid, with our money, and turned it over to, when I found out that they did not refund it to us, turned it over to Cindy Smith at the bank, and she visited with JP Morgan and wasn't very amicable after a while because she was just getting run around. And she said they ended up telling her that she would either have to submit a dispute or a claim by us, that we would have to submit. But all we have is a fax number for JP Morgan. They could not tell her, after as many people as she talked to, they could not tell her whether it was cashed or deposited. And he did that. And the only thing that we have actually was the check that we picked up and paid, and it does have the deposit of JP Morgan on the back. So there's nothing that shows anybody cashed it or deposited, just the JP Morgan stamp.
Do we know whether JP Morgan is the bank of this Kim Can company? Is that their bank?
I don't know.
Okay.
they wouldn't say. I mean, I couldn't get any information out of them either when I called prior to taking
Out of
it
Kim
over.
Cam or out of
the bank.
Yeah, Kim Can said, we haven't gotten the check. That's it.
They're not gonna give us service anymore, because we're 90 days behind now. We've been trying for 90 days. We've been paying the other ones though, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
We've been paying them since then, so I suppose we could look on the back of those warrants and see the ones that have been paid correctly and see what bank they were with. See if they were that J.P. Morgan.
Okay, so here's a Kim Can that was paid, and it is a J.P. Morgan.
So it's also their bank.
Uh-huh.
So this could just be an error on Kim Can's part.
They
then.
might not have even credited it right account.
Right.
They might have cashed it and just not credited it to the right account. We don't know.
Okay.
So far, everything's J.P. Morgan.
Now, typically when I get bills and I pay them personally, there's a stub at the bottom that goes in a self-addressed envelope or an envelope with a deal on it.
Right.
So I always make sure that that's in the view. Do we know if that's what happens with their bills? Do they have a return self-addressed?
Desi said she.
The coupon was on the front of the PO
But
when it goes to be paid.
Yeah, so did it go?
It should have gone with it, yes. If it had a insert with it, it should have gone
Yeah,
with
that's
it.
always right there on the
So it should
Yeah.
have gone. It should have gone to the right address. It should have gone to the right lockbox.
Wrong
And,
zip code.
and
Did we
we
have the
paid
zip
it,
code wrong
and
on
it
the-
cashed through their bank.
Yes, and it,
Theirs wasn't necessarily
So
a.
this was the coupon that went
And
with it.
did they have the zip code incorrect, or did we have it
We
wrong in the
had it.
system?
We had it wrong on the PO.
Okay.
And see, like this part's gone because the coupon went with it. So,
so what happens is our checks have all the address on it, so we stuff them in our envelopes, right? We don't have an envelope that they give us, but it has the coupon that goes with it, but the check shows through on
We don't utilize
their
their
envelopes.
envelopes.
No, we do not utilize their envelopes because we put them in.
So it could have gone to the wrong address.
We're certain that it went to the wrong address.
We know it took the right
With the
address.
zip code, yeah.
It went to the right address, the wrong zip code.
But it did have the coupon, the payment coupon enclosed. It just wasn't the first thing in the window envelope.
But we have to accept some responsibility for that too. Because, I mean, when we have mailed out tax statements, if we don't have the right zip code on it and it comes back to us, it's on us.
But it should be, but the bank shouldn't, J.P. Morgan should have no problem, or Grant County Bank should not have any problem locating where those funds were deposited, because they have sequence numbers on them. And so my suggestion is that that Cindy Smith needs to call the Federal Reserve.
Well, my suggestion is you want to ask Cindy Smith to do that.
I'll be glad
because
to-
She has been really going over with J.P. Morgan about
but if
this.
she's not getting anywhere with J.P. Morgan, their file should be transferring through the Federal Reserve, and the Federal Reserve should be able to look that information up as well.
She has asked all the right questions, I can assure you. And she is getting nowhere with J.P. Morgan.
So at this point, Stephen, do we need to go into executive session or discuss where we're gonna go from here? Do you have all the information that you need from them?
Well, it sounds like there's a debt that you owe that you haven't paid. You need to pay the debt. It sounds like it was an error made on your behalf. And this sounds like someone took advantage of that error for their own personal benefit, and you need to file a police report.
So who do we file the police report with? Do we file that here in Grant County?
File it here.
In Grant County?
Yeah.
Okay.
And see if your police officers here can make any headway with that, but you probably never see that money again.
How much was it?
$288.
$288.
So, I mean, you have someone that more than likely committed fraud when they passed the check as belonging to them, because they would have had to endorse the back of it.
They didn't, though,
No,
did
they
they?
didn't.
But is it the bank?
except the banks.
The bank should be liable, J.P. Morgan, not us as the vendor. Because if you
That's
file a
the way-
police report and then
that's-
you go and file a dispute with the
that's-
bank, then they should give you the
That's
money
the way
back.
it is with
credit cards, but with checks, I mean, you present that check to the bank as being yours, and it's not yours, you've committed fraud. And so that's a crime, and that should be investigated separately. But you made the mistake of not mailing it to the correct address. It's a debt that you owe. You need to pay it.
Well, we did pay it, and somebody...
That's your mistake. No, it's not their mistake. They didn't receive it.
But unless they, my question is, did they just credit to the? We don't know. We don't know that they didn't receive it. We don't know that they just didn't credit it to the right account.
And then you can dispute that claim with KimCAT.
So, your advice to us is to pay the bill, file a police report for fraud, and to dispute it as well with KimCAT? Or tell us what we need to do.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, it really sounds like they didn't receive the money if the facts are as they're presented. And if that's the case, then, I mean, you owe the debt to them and you need to pay the debt. If this were to go to small claims or something like that, I mean, they would find you liable for that, and you'd be subject to probably attorney fees and collection fees. So, I mean, to minimize the liability of the county, I would suggest paying it to the correct address. Mark on the check, disputed in full, payment in full of all claims when you send the check in. To preserve your right to any sort of reimbursement. But I mean, truthfully, it's such a small amount. It's probably not worth time and effort to try to hunt it down. But you still need to go ahead and make a police report and see if they can track down who cashed it, and because there should be. I mean, there should be a paper trail. Law enforcement should be able to...
Through the Federal Reserve.
Yeah, they should be able to get a search warrant for all those records and receive those records. And, J.P. Morgan wants to, if that's their policy, is we're not dealing with anybody unless they give us a search warrant. We can do that. We can oblige them with that.
And these two pieces of paper actually should prove the whole thing, because we've got the invoice that was supposed to go to this address with that zip code. We've got the check that went to that same address, but with a different zip code, and then we've got J.P. Morgan that stamped it there. So these two pieces of paper should be probably included in the check that we mailed them. That we are disputing.
There should be a paper trail at J.P. Morgan as to where it was received, who deposited it. And that stuff, and I guess they're...
I think that's a good idea, Penny. We include that and when that. Put a letter. Sure. Put a letter. Okay, I think we need to include a letter in that. Do you want to write the letter, Stephen? Do you think it'd be better coming from the DA's office to include that with the payment, that we're paying it, but we're disputing it and we're filing the claim?
It'd be meaner.
I could do that.
Yeah, if you could write the letter and we'll put all the documents and everything in it, and we'll send it with the check, and it's paid in full. And yeah, if you could do that, I think we should.
Okay, thanks.
And so what's the total amount that we're disputing?
$288.
$288.
Even.
And the other one's already been paid, and so that's all that's.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got 288, and then
I just don't know how his zip code.
There was no.
How did they get it if it was different?
Well, there could. I mean, depending on the address, there could be a legitimate address in an alternate zip code at that.
I mean, that would just be by luck.
I don't know how unique their address is.
That's correct. Yeah, it's sort of the same way as this one, except it had the wrong address altogether on it. but that was up here.
Most post offices aren't as friendly as ours.
So,
that we've got around here,
77
you
and
know.
77.
It'll go the extra mile even if it isn't quite
Won't
right.
give you the time of day if you're in a big city,
154
yeah.
plus 288.
144. Right?
That's why I'm.
77,
It's just
Oh, okay, so they had,
baffles me.
Right.
They
There
didn't
it
get
is.
sent
Yeah.
back to us.
so wait a minute, so they still,
Well, I mean, you know, there are a lot of people that will take advantage of
So
the
when I
check
called
that comes
Cheryl
in the
Wilson, she
mail.
said pay those because they were locking that up.
Go ahead and cash it.
So we
Yeah.
did pay that one, yeah.
okay, so what's the dispute on that one?
Because we paid it and it was the same, I mean, like, because we paid it twice. Because she said to pay it, and I talked to Pat, because we had to get those porta potties off of that land.
Okay.
And so, that's what we had to do, but that's sort of the same as this.
I wonder if there's a different vendor besides Kim Can we can't use. I mean, we've had a lot of problems with them. Just like the
So I'll make a copy of this,
another
and then
vendor.
he has copies of all, made copies of everything and put it with.
Well, I'm sure there are other vendors.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna check other
Have you,
vendors. No, I've not checked with any other vendors. I'm going
Yes.
to check with other
you,
vendors.
you might want to put it, how do
It
you,
went
do
to
you
the wrong
put those out for bid typically?
No, they're like $70 a month or
I didn't put
something.
this on there.
No.
That
Yeah.
went with.
Might check with
That was
some of the other
before.
county
I don't know.
commissioners and see who they
Where do you
use.
keep that at?
My shell pits.
So that
I got
one
two
was
shell
on there.
pits
Now, the
and
zip code on this one.
yeah.
You gotta have, yeah.
Yeah.
They're there for a
But
long
this
time.
one,
They were using
that
any
was on
tree,
there
pick a
before,
tree,
so
any
you
tree.
can pull it out
But
and see.
then the oil
all
field
the
got pretty
copies of the
rampant and
districts.
that wasn't very
Maybe
kosher to
if
make
you want to
guys.
get together with him then on.
Go back to
To
nature.
go back to nature
Yeah,
all the
and the
time.
copies
I had
are
some
all there.
complaints
See
from
those three
employees.
videos?
So
Yeah, that's all three
four
of them.
guys.
And
So-
he has copies of, I'll just make it
These
double to make
Yeah.
sure.
are,
Me, I
all I
just
did
copy
wrong was I
copies,
had the
everything's
date,
attached to
the
those
wrong
videos.
town up here.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I mean,
so I revised them and
Yes.
corrected. So those were two from last week and I put them back on the agenda.
Or stop it, or something.
All right, thank you, Steve. So that's what we'll do. We will get a letter from you, all the documentation, thank you, Penny, and we will move forward. And Cindy, I guess, call and go through it all with the sheriff's
Okay.
department and suggest they get a warrant and all that.
Okay.
All right. We can move back up to item X and Y. Move from item 10 up to FX, because we have these.
I make a motion that we move up to X and Y.
second.
Let's move on seconds to return to item X and Y and approve the
There's two,
revised.
because that was the 288,
And
and
approve
then there
Max.
was two of them that were 77.
And approve Max.
That were,
And approve,
I'm
yes.
sorry, okay. and approve.
And I
I
still
made copies of
Okay.
everything.
All in favor?
So,
Bobbit,
Aye.
Wrong,
Aye.
do you
Hess.
have the copies
Yes.
of,
All
no, those
ayes,
aren't
motion
it.
carried.
No, this
I gave it
is something
to
different.
Cindy, so, it should be all over. Did you get all the copies that were?
of that stuff you gave me.
Uh-huh, okay, so she has all the copies. I can remake copies if you want.
Okay.
Okay, there they are. Okay, that took care of X and Y, so
So we didn't go into executive session, so we don't need to do 11, 12. Do we need a motion on what we're gonna do on that, Stephen? On the Kim Can deal?
To
We
pay
need
the
a motion, or we
invoice.
just under?
Yeah, I think that would be appropriate. Motion to pay the 288 as and dispute the amount.
So moved.
second.
Ronk moves, has seconds to pay the $288 to Kim Can on PO 3042 and to dispute it. All in favor?
Bobbit,
Aye.
Wrong,
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes, motion carried. Let the records reflect that we will file a police report with the sheriff for fraud we're gonna dispute it, mark the check paid in full, and that ADA Young will write a letter, and copies of all the paperwork will be sent with that payment. Okay?
So will you generate that check this week, or when will you generate that check?
Next Monday.
Next Monday?
Yeah.
Okay,
Can I have a copy of your letter when you?
absolutely.
That brings us down to item 13.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
Did we do
Did-
an affidavit thing?
Yeah, did you, were you gonna address Crosslink Construction, Yellow House,
We don't
and
have that on-
Pioneer?
we don't
It's
have
not
that
on
on our
the-
agenda.
Where did I have that? I
I thought it was on the agenda
Did I miss it?
the other day.
It was
It was
on there
last
last
week.
week.
Oh, shoot.
Maybe it was last week. Sorry. Were you able to
I
get
thought I
those?
left that on there, but I could damn sure
Yes,
did not.
the settlement and release agreements have been drafted. I guess we need to put that on the agenda for next
Okay.
time then.
Sorry.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, add that for that. So those were not. So
The
Hess moved,
affidavit.
Ronk seconded at 11:04 to adjourn. All in favor?
Bobbit,
Aye.
Ronk,
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes. Motion carried
Who did you
unanimously.
say made that motion to adjourn?
Hess.
I did.
Surely not.
Anything, mate.
Surely
Hess
not.
did and Ronk seconded. So we are officially
Stephen,
adjourned.
thank you
Okay.
for
Thank you.
getting that.